after the year we had in 2020, I know many families, ourselves included, are reevaluating their finances, which means looking at their budget. One lesson gleaned from the past year is making sure that our budget is optimized, not just for the essentials, but wherever we're spending, that it's something that we truly enjoy. There's no reason to keep subscriptions that you don't use frequently or pay too much for service that you're not getting. So, making sure that you review your bills once or twice a year can give you some significant savings and make sure that you're getting the best value. One area where many families are overpaying is their smartphone bill. Smartphones and family plans can be pricey. Depending on which provider you go with, getting an unlimited family plan for a family of four can set you back $180 to even $200 each month. How would you like to cut that bill in half? It's completely possible. And no, you don't have to settle for low quality, cheap phones. Innovation in the smartphone space has meant that there are some great alternatives and more affordable options where you can get the coverage of the big companies for a fraction of the price. Today, I'm going to focus on one of my favorites, and it's the one I use, Republic Wireless. I've been with them for around 9 years, and they have consistently given great service. I've had the pleasure of speaking with Joel Cades to dig into how they're able to offer such a great deal with their plans. We also get into their newest releases with phones, including the new Motorola Gs. I hope you enjoy. Thank you for joining me this evening. I appreciate you taking some time to talk with me about tech and how to get the best value, especially when it comes to smartphones.
Thank you. Thank you for being a long-term member. Republic Wireless is in our 10th year, and I think you've been with us for most of those years. So it's great to be here.
Yeah, not the very beginning, but I think shortly after, I've was immediately drawn by saving money. You guys have incredible rates for the plans, but what I especially appreciate and talking with a lot of families is getting the best value. With tech, it is very easy to get into this cycle of spending a ton of money, especially when you're talking about families. A big part of their budget can be their smartphone and their smartphone plan. So originally, I was definitely drawn to the price, but I especially appreciate with Republic Wireless. You guys are all about the values. I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me and keep me updated with what's going on.
Oh, sure. Really, the whole origin of Republic
Mhm,
was this combination of tech and savings.
mhm,
We started within a larger company called Bandwidth. It's a big company in Raleigh that does, it's more enterprise
mhm.
communications as a platform. The founders said, we make telecom technologies. Can we do something to help save ourselves and other
Yeah.
people money on their cell phone bills? So really where Republic started was this creation of what was the first and still the most efficient technology for putting your calls and your texts and of course your
Mhm,
data onto Wi-Fi, which was a novel concept at that time. What that does is it takes it off the cellular network and puts it onto the broadband that you're already paying for. So kind of in a way, you're not paying twice for that cell phone service when you're at home. And we pass those savings on to the members and use that technology to do so. It evolved even
mhm,
further to how do we do the technology between the Wi-Fi and the cellular? To
mhm,
how do we make smooth transitions? How do we bond those together to get even
mhm,
better coverage for our members? We keep innovating, and so
mhm.
that's really been the heart of the company. It's how do we come up with innovations that help save people money? I don't know even know if you're aware. Our most recent is old school home phone service. I see you have one in the back there.
I had an interesting conversation with my 9-year-old. She wanted to know what was that? What's a home line?
Yeah. Some of the origin of that was, for the 9-year-olds,
Mhm,
a lot of times families don't want to get kids in that 7 to 11 range a smartphone yet and get them off the screens. So we came up with this thing called Extend Home just over a year ago, where we actually, just with a small adapter attached to a home phone,
Mhm.
your unlimited home phone calls are part of your cell phone bill. So
Wow.
most people, quite honestly, have cut the cord, right? So that's
Mhm.
one way people have saved money, right? So
Mhm.
those home phone bills, even when they're bundled into your cable bill, they're still in there somewhere. It's about $20 to $30 a month hidden in that bundle. This allows you at no monthly cost, it's included with the cell phone calls,
Mhm.
to actually extend your cell phone number to those other phones, those old school phones. So you can pull them out of the closet or out of the drawer and
Yeah.
put this little adapter to them.
Mhm.
It's like $49. After that, there's no cost. It's just included. A 9-year-old might be
Mhm.
home. You can call your own cell phone number if you're away. It'll
Yeah.
ring on the home phone. They can pick that up. So it's really a nice innovation. They can also dial 911 if you're not home, right?
Mhm.
Which is
Yeah.
easier. And other advantages. People just like forgot that it's nice to have that home phone in different rooms and not be attached to your cell phone all the time.
Yeah, I know technology can be a double-edged sword sometimes.
Right.
You have your smartphone with you, you can do everything, and then you want to do everything anytime. I definitely love, as the years gone by, how things have improved, the services, but I wanna go back to what you were talking about, how you guys are able to offer it so cheap with just the technology, with the using the Wi-Fi. Even back then, I had pretty good service because we don't realize, like, how much we're on Wi-Fi. It's all around, and why not take advantage of that technology? It's significant savings. I mentioned, like, price was the big deal for us. I believe when it was just the 2 of us, we originally paid about 100 a month, was for
And
2 lines, and then, every year it kept going up, and
I
so
think
that
the
was my
average,
original draw, yeah.
I think the average is around 90 or 100 per person these days, which is insane. I mean, I see different studies that are different surveys that show different things, but
Yeah, yeah, it
on
varies,
average,
but it's significant because I know everyone, has their own cell phone plan, but for me, it was less than $40 for 2 lines, just based on usage because I'm using the Wi-Fi so much. I did the 1 gig my choice plan, and then eventually, I think I upgraded for an extra $5, 2 gigs, but, like, I'm on Wi-Fi so much, that is a considerable drop, so if you're talking about a family that drop, or even a couple, $100, and then you drop down to 40, that's 60 a month, 720 a year, you know,
it adds
that's
up.
big savings.
And you're into the financial independence and
Mhm,
wellness. You apply that to the compounding that goes on, and you get someplace really big. We've
mhm.
estimated that we've saved our members throughout our history, based on the differences compared to an average cell phone bill, over a $500 million at this point. In our 10th year, that's a lot. You, a plan that you were on, the 1 gig plan,
Mhm,
which comes with unlimited talk and text,
mhm,
and all the data and everything over Wi-Fi, 1 gig of cellular Wi-Fi.
mhm.
That is about more than 60% of our members are on that.
Okay.
The average of one of our members is $20 a month. So you're right in that zone. Almost a quarter
Mhm.
of our members use the unlimited talk and text for $15 a month. They use no cellular data. They just game the Wi-Fi, and or they're just working at home, or they are just hardcore with the Wi-Fi users. Believe it or not, my 17-year-old games the Wi-Fi now.
Oh, okay.
She came to Republic. She looks at that as a challenge, whereas
Mhm,
most kids are just like one unlimited data and they're streaming all the time.
mhm.
She downloads her video, she downloads her podcast when she's on the Wi-Fi, and
Yeah.
then uses it outside the home when she's not on Wi-Fi. So she's really come around, and a lot of our members have that kind of attitude.
Yeah, I mean, it's kinda like gamifying and having fun with it. I know one concern when I talk with people is, okay, do you get good coverage? I know for me, most of the time I'm here based in Raleigh, but business trips around the country, we have family everywhere. I haven't had a problem with service, but one thing I liked about this, and maybe you can explain a little bit more, you also for the cell have 2 networks, it's Sprint and I forgot the other one.
T-Mobile, they are both T-Mobile now because Sprint was
Okay,
acquired by
okay.
T-Mobile. So, but there are still these two networks out there, and they had very complementary networks, different strengths. If you're one of our members, and if you ever have issues with coverage where you are most of the time, we'll send you that other SIM to try. So you can have coverage
Yeah.
when you're not on Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
But
when you're not on the Wi-Fi, but, yeah, like, it's I guess been 8, 9 years since I've been with Public Wireless, really hasn't been an issue. Another concern, but something you guys have really excelled at is the amount of options for phones. I know for some people, my husband's in this camp, like, there are specific phones. He is a Pixel guy. Some people have very strong feelings. They love Samsungs, the Galaxies. I myself am a Motorola girl. Like, those things are so durable. But you guys have just released some new Motorola's in the series.
yes, we support a range of Android phones,
Mhm,
and that our Wi-Fi technology and our special technology that we build works with Android. We're not Apple at this point.
mhm,
Motorola is by far one of the most popular of the brands in terms of
mhm.
offer. And as you said, we just relaunched the whole line of the Gs. And these are full featured, very high quality smartphones. And the
Yeah.
range is 149 to 349. And
Those are great prices.
yeah, I mean, I don't think our members' mindset is, oh, I need to have $1,000 iPhone. I think a lot of people are changing in that regard these days too. So with these Motorola's,
Mhm.
there's different ones have different strengths. One of them has a
Mhm.
bigger screen. The power has longer battery life. There's the Motorola One 5G Ace 5G capability and a really pristine screen. So there's something in that line to fit everybody.
Yeah.
We support the Samsung Galaxies, both the A series and the super high-end S series. We just launched the S21, which is the new kind of flagship one. So, but that's a different group, right?
You have that choice, which I think is incredible. I think a lot in, our community is about value. It's not a status symbol. At the same time, if we're going to buy a phone, I want it to last for years. I'm testing out the Moto G stylus, the one that came out, because I'm working from home. I have a laptop, but then when you have kids, they're doing the remote learning during the day, plus you're trying to get your stuff done with work. That stylus has been incredibly helpful. I've been testing it out and it's a very affordable price, but it doesn't feel like a cheap phone. It is
Not at
a
all.
great value with that.
Yes, that stylus, some people it's about creativity and
Mhm,
capturing ideas, and for
mhm.
other people, it's just easier to do that. Yeah, my daughter loves the stylus phone, and she's more on that creative side and just always capturing something. They're wonderful phones. Once again, like even on the Samsung, I mentioned the S21, but then we also
Mhm,
sell the A21, which is
mhm,
the second line
mhm.
Galaxy phones.
Yeah.
Super high quality, but only 249 instead of pushing up towards the $800 phones.
Yeah. It's finding that value for you. We have members that are in just they're diehards, Galaxies, S series, but they hold on to it till it breaks. I'm one of those that I don't mind when it, comes out to get a new phone, but I'm expecting it to last for years. So there's a great option for different price points because with technology, you don't want to overpay for things that you don't use. That's what I love about Republic Wireless is that you guys have great plans, different price points for how you use it. Now you have so many different phones at different price points.
And you can always bring your own phone if it's an unlocked
Yeah.
phone, the unlocked Android. You can go to our site. There's a
Mhm.
bring your own page that has a list of all the compatible phones and the model numbers for those to make sure that it's the right compatible one that works with our service. With
Mhm.
those, all you have to do is go to the settings on your phone, look at about this phone, and the
Mhm.
model number is going to be there. You can check a really long list of phones that are going to be compatible with the service. The other thing that we have that's a little bit newer and is a huge trend, more since COVID, but it really
Yeah.
started a few years before and all about savings, was kind of following the model automobiles, which where pre-owned automobiles became a bigger, more high quality thing. That's come to the cell phone world. We have partnered with a company called swappa.com. That's one of the highest rated of these. You get a quality product.
Mhm.
And if you go to our site under shop, you'll see a page for Swappa. So you can go to
Oh,
Swappa
okay.
phones and link from our page, and it'll take you to a store within Swappa. So only the compatible Android phones that work with Republic will be there. For new members, you also can get a free SIM card with when you buy the phone on Swappa and get a month free. There's a lot of different
Oh.
ways to save money on smartphones and still get a quality,
Mhm.
full featured phone that's going to serve all of your needs. Is it going to be the flashiest showpiece? It doesn't tend to be our members.
Mhm.
Much more independent minded, concerned about their budget and their finances more. So we try to serve that market and
Mhm.
really understand that market.
Joel, I really appreciate you sitting down and chatting with me and updating me. Guys, if you're listening and watching this, I'm going to include in the show notes and link below information about Republic Wireless, their plans, and their phones. Like I said, I use them and I've been happy with this service, both for my own personal line and also for work. And if you pay attention on Instagram all through March, I'm going to be using the Moto G stylus. So if you're one of those photography nerds and love seeing if that's going to fit your bill, just keep an eye out at Simplify and Enjoy. Joel, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for having me and thank you for being a long-term member.
If you'd like to learn more about Republic Wireless's phones and plans, I've included a link below in the description. Whatever provider you choose, I want you to make sure that you're getting the best value and service. I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care.